Welcome to the show. I'm Darius, a.k.a. Vitamin D.
And it's your boy TK, a.k.a. Soccer T.
And this is Mind the Gap.
Where we uncover the truth hidden beneath the bullshit.
Make sure you hit the description below to check out those links to see how you can follow us and how you can subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button now, and also hit that bell.
Ding, ding. And this is another weekly edition of Mind the Gap. Mm-hmm. I said edition. I don't know what that is. So this week.
The Swedish way of saying edition.
That's what we're going to go with. Edition. That sounds like, I'm going to name somebody. Edition. Somebody going to use that name. All right. Update. Coronavirus.
Yeah.
This is still going through. We in the middle of quarantine.
Yeah. In the house. Stay in the house.
Please stay in the house.
Yeah.
I think the reason why we're seeing a small influx right now is because we just now really starting.
Yeah, it started.
Quarantine. And people, you already been exposed. You've been exposed. So.
That's what I was telling people. Like you don't see the numbers go up because people testing. The testing kits are better. So and they're doing it more often. So. But
here now they won't let you get tested until like 5 days after you already started. Yeah, which I'm like.
Yeah,
because you don't even have to show symptoms and still can test positive. Like
you just walking around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
like, just let me go ahead and take the test so I know not to go out and infect other people.
But that's why I'm low key okay with them shutting everything down for like 3 to 4 weeks, man. I'm okay with it. It's like just because if it, in my opinion, if it's gone, it'll be gone. Man.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be where it'll come back.
But now I'm here.
Well, not so that it come back, but it will be good for right now until they find something.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It might be the best thing. Because now they shutting the schools down until like the end of April.
Yeah.
So weed some of that out. The stats so far in the U.S., according to the CDC, about 55,000 total cases and total deaths about 740. Mm-hmm. So still lower than a lot of other places, but it's probably gonna influx.
Yeah, we top. We like top 4, top 5 though.
It is what it is, man. Until it levels out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
China has regressed. Like,
well, at least that's what they say.
That's what they telling us.
Yeah.
The way they done done it, I'm looking like.
Well, but China was like, nah. Put a stop to it.
This is where it stops right here.
But the coronavirus has led to some new developments. One being the Department of Justice is seeking some emergency powers, because of the crisis that are quite concerning.
I mean, that's what they do, man. That's what, like, I always tell people, one of my favorite quotes is, don't make, what is it? Don't make permanent, I don't know.
Don't make permanent decisions off of temporary emotions.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't know really what that stemmed from.
Yeah.
Right? So then when people do stuff like this, I always think to myself like what Benjamin Franklin also said about how people any person that's willing to give up their freedoms to get security deserves neither one of them. And that's what happens during times of fear. People usually and the government is usually smart where they were like, while everybody's paying attention to this or everybody's emotional and fearful of this, if I say I can do this and provide you security, you'll give up whatever I'm asking.
Man. You remember that whole thing about after like 9/11,
the Patriot
Act, and they was
stuff like that.
Okay, so we just
violate
need a
our
monetary.
privacy.
They just took over.
And that's what usually happens, man. Like,
so all that is just always concerning. Every time something happens, like they'll try to push in like this new legislation to like extend their powers, and they make them vague on purpose, so they can have some wiggle room to do what they need to do in case something else happens later on. Like we didn't specify we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then but they do that because once you do that, you can get away with it in the moment. Yeah. But then you got to go through all those other legislations to specify what you can and cannot do. But by the time they get through all that, they already did what they want to do.
Good.
Yeah, we already.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, you can have it now. Yeah, you won, you got it.
But I know I won. I got it.
Yeah.
I got what I needed.
Yeah, y'all wasting y'all time now. So when I see stuff like this happen, I always just wait and see how it's going. See how it's going to play.
Because I saw, there's already pushback. Mm-hmm. With because if you well, first of all, if you guys don't know, here are some of the things that they're trying to do. Basically, in the gist of it, they're trying to quietly asked Congress for the ability to ask chief judges, to detain people indefinitely without trial during an emergency. And it's basically, what is it?
Your boy, they basically asking your boy Attorney General William Barr to be the head of that.
Yeah.
To be able to ask any district attorney to suspend any court proceedings, depending on if the government or the state is in any emergency, whether it be from a pandemic or some type of attack, terror attack, anything to that nature. They shut it down, then the court proceedings should be canceled. You should just be detained indefinitely.
And it's until they rule that we are no longer in an emergency.
Oh, yeah, that's a big fact, and that's for
that's crazy.
And that's for juveniles as well.
Right. And then there was another stipulation that even after it's not ruled an emergency, you still have to wait a year before it can be processed after the emergency has ended.
Yeah.
And that would affect, pre-arrest, post-arrest, pre-trial, trial, and post-trial procedures.
Oh, yeah.
That's way too much. So before you even get the opportunity to, the right habeas corpus, to speedy trial, they can be like, no, you stay right there for a few years. Hold you. Yeah, we're gonna hold you before you even get to see a judge.
And that can just be and you can be arrested off just civil or disobedience and be put in the same category as somebody that killed 12 people
and have to wait.
You
years.
have the same time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what I thought was crazy when they added in this. You can be civil disobedience. Like y'all go home. I don't want to go home. Well, okay.
Well, you're going to jail and you're gonna sit there.
Yeah. Also, just to play devil's advocate. In these times, we seen the videos of the people. You know what I'm saying? You're like, police, like, hey, y'all need to go home. Y'all need to be. No, we ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Forget the police. Y'all
be a good deterrent, bro.
I'll be like, go home. Because if he arrests you, then you gonna think he did you wrong.
Yeah.
Or they do martial law, like people always feel, it's the government trying to, take our rights and stuff, but we gave y'all the opportunity to say, hey, go inside on your own. Do what's best for you on your own.
It's a double sword, man, because it also depends on what they were out there for.
They was having a block party.
You gotta go, bro.
The video I seen,
you gotta go. Was that during the?
Yeah, they was doing this. That's why they had. Matter of fact, they had the block party just to tell them that we don't have to do what you tell us to do. If I'm not mistaken.
This is the reason why it's going to take a year for us to get over the corona because of stupid stuff like that. I told you, man, Americans, man, our idea of freedom, man, we don't want to give it up.
No.
And as soon as you tell us we can't do nothing, I'm like, bet.
All these people don't usually go outside at all. I'm a
homebody.
I don't like being around people. No, you can't. Hey, man, y'all should stay inside. Well, I'm going outside.
Let me see what's going on.
Got me a new dress. You know what I'm saying? Got me a new
I'm going to wear it now.
That's what I'm saying, man. So when they do stuff like this, is they can pull a little bit of evidence from here. Like, look what y'all doing over here. Y'all can't even stay inside, and then you can pull evidence from over here. It was like, well, we don't have enough. You know what I'm saying? The police are out here trying to make sure everything's good out here, so they don't have time to arrest you, book you, and then go through the whole process. So what we'll do, we just throw you in there if you don't want to.
Yeah. And we ain't got the time or the man.
We ain't got the time or the manpower or the resources to even deal with you right now. So we just gonna do this. So that's the evidence they can use when it's time to implement those type of bills or something like this. We already not paying attention.
Yeah, man.
And if you are gonna pay attention, let's sprinkle a little bit.
Because I just happened to see this. Mm-hmm. If I ain't see that article, because I woke up one day, I was like, okay, instead of me going on Facebook, so let me go to my news feed on my little Apple app. And this popped up. I was like, "Whoa,
yeah,
yo!"
When you sent it to me, I think I had already seen the article, but I don't be reading.
Yeah,
and because unless I know it's official, I looked at the publisher or whatever, and I ain't believe in them, so I was like, "No, I don't trust it." Mm-hmm. And then when you sent it to me, and then I started looking it up, I was like, "Oh, they out here trying." Yeah, they
trying to push it up. But the reason why they trying to push it, because the truth of it is, a lot of different places, because you know, it's not always on the up and up like the justice system. A lot of places and judges and stuff like that actually do everything like ad hoc and change the rules here and there. The reason why they're saying like the government's Department of Justice trying to push to it is like to make everything consistent across the board to where these are the policies and you can't get away with this. But of course they're it's always a consistency issue or something like that.
Because each
when
state got their own set of rules.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? The process of each state is going to be different. This makes it easier on them and also gives more power to the executive branch.
Mm-hmm.
So it all makes sense when you look at the reason behind it. Like, it makes sense. It's a power move.
Yeah.
It's a good power move during a good time of crisis.
Yeah, it's the right moment.
It's the right moment for this type of thing. But
because it's the right moment, one, because people are all over the place, so they're distracted. And two, because
the sprinkle of truth in them.
Yeah, sprinkle of truth, and plus with everything going on, there's not enough power right now to even focus on it. Focus on that area right now.
Yeah.
So it's easy to just slip on through it.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody's paying attention, and if you are paying attention, you ain't strong enough to deal with it.
Yeah, you can't do it. Because all your people dealing with all this over here.
Yeah, all we got to deal with is this. We the Department of Justice. All we got to deal with is
justice.
Yeah, that's it. Crime, all that. That's us.
All we got to do.
That's us, baby.
And they trying to extend it beyond trials and people getting placed in front of the judge. Also, they trying to make it so you can have video conferencing.
Oh yeah.
Without their consent, instead of them actually showing up for court, which is that's a violation.
Yeah, violence period. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
And it either is right or wrong. But then they're also trying to extend to immigration by saying that anybody I think tests positive, anything is automatically removed from being able to apply for asylum. And then which I kind of get.
I get all of it. You have to get all of it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. All of it.
And also they're trying to extend the immigration period. Like if you suspected of anything or COVID or anything, they can just say, well, this person is suspected of having COVID. That automatically you can't get past the border.
Trial,
none of that. Or you don't even have to test them. You can just be like, nah, him, get him out.
You know what I'm saying?
Which that just makes it the power too broad to deal with.
See, the problem with stuff like this, even if their intentions are genuine, the fact that we don't trust our government enough to make moral decisions is the reason why stuff like this won't be able to be passed or won't be able to we won't. It's always some skepticism to it. Like it's like, man, I don't like that.
It's always off, man.
Because unless it's like that's the problem with bills. Like if you can't entrust the power to your government to the point where you know what I'm saying, even if there's gray areas, you like, well, I know they're gonna do the right thing, then your government is really in a bad predicament. Because even with even if you ask, I don't really need a contract between me and you, right? If we make a deal upon something,
right?
But if I do, that means I have some. I see. I ain't gonna say you shady or nothing, but I don't trust you enough, just to make a deal, a verbally deal, and do something. And that's how we view our government. Whenever there's a gray area, they might try to do this, or they might, even though it's not in the bill, they might try to do this. This gives them the power to do this or this. You like, man, they probably think we wouldn't do nothing like that, but we don't trust you enough not to do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
We really don't trust that.
If you make a bill, you gotta be like hitting every corner. You gotta mean everything. Everything in there has to be clear and cut.
That's because we see our government as other.
Yeah,
they're not like in other countries. They're because in some countries they have a policy where if you serving, they just take turns serving in the office from a community, and so the person in there, works at the meat shop down the street, so and they're gonna have to vacate that power in 2 years, and they have to go back, so they're gonna do the best thing for you.
Yeah, best thing.
In ours, it just seems like a class of people that's just other, it's regular people. It's the government, and it's rich people. And we just other. Yeah. And anytime they
try to make a decision for us.
Yeah.
It's how do you know?
How do you even know? You over here.
And it's also when you make this decision for us, we look at it as what's in it for you.
Yeah, what are you trying to gain?
What are you trying to get out of this?
Because because we'll talk about it a little bit deeper when we get into the stimulus bill. Yeah. But the overarching thing is you try to guise it with, we're doing this for the people, but then you leave it vague, and it's then what you really trying to get done?
Yeah, and then you got to start looking deeper and deeper, and then you look at the past history of the person, or the people that's behind it. Then you be like,
and who are you really beholden upon?
Nah,
because a lot of times stuff that happens in the U.S. is because of like an oligarchy, man. If you got money, then you can pay people off, and then they'll do what you want to say. Because it's like those movies where, like, yeah, the general in charge is the asshole, but and the stuff he's doing is real fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But if he succeeds, it's gonna save a lot of people.
Fact.
So there's that gray area of like, yeah, I know I'm being vague, but it's because I need the power to do what I need to do in the times.
Yeah.
And then there's also the same people who will say, okay, well, this company is using this lobbyist to affect this senator, paying him off to make vague laws so they can get their policy through. So it's like we don't know
what your true intentions.
We don't know your true intentions at the end of the day, and like the track record is like not great.
Yeah.
So
if I look behind you, got big gas and big, you know what I'm saying?
Why would I trust you?
I'm not trusting you for that. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, yeah, we want to.
Why would I trust you to make some type of bill for me?
Yeah, I mean, if we trying, renewable energy is great. All these other countries are doing great progress, and the dudes who are saying, nah, they're just trying to destroy the American way of life, is backed by like, coal industry and gas. Like, how can we trust you?
Yeah, that's hard to trust, even if you mean what you say.
Yeah.
Because I can mean everything I like feel when it comes down to being like say if I was like, let's just say how vegans and carnivores towards each other. You know what I'm saying? Like say I am a vegan or whatever, and I eat vegan food or whatever that stuff. Then I get endorsed by people that do like eat vegan. Then I become like a politician or something, or something of that nature. And I push like clean energy. Like, well, you backed by this vegan type. It's like, but
big
I was like
veggie.
This, but I was like this before. I was like this before that. And then you don't know
but that's more consistency.
Yeah,
that's easier to be like, okay, he might be, but if you just pop up.
Yeah, that's different.
It's like Tommy Lauren come out of nowhere.
That's
and then they just she the one. But we haven't seen her rise.
Yeah.
To be like, that's that dude.
But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, like I don't know, like with these politicians, people like that. Like even with William Barr, like I don't know nothing about his past.
I didn't know it existed until the article.
Yeah. So when I look up, he's endorsed by, like you say, like some type of gas company, Exxon or something. I'm like, he backed by Exxon. He must don't. That's my first initiative thought. He could have been with gasoline from day one, and I may not know. So when you see these politicians backed by certain people, it gives you an idea about them,
or
whether it's true or not.
Or he could just be a person that try to consolidate power for his side.
Yeah, because that's his side.
Yeah, and he does a lot because a lot of people don't care about politics or what they about. Politicians or what they about is if they on the other side, I ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Trump is like, yo, we need to keep people outside of these borders, my man Barr is gonna be like, well, let's try to get these powers extended till we can deny them based on whatever. Maybe they have COVID or not.
It all makes sense, man. Be safe out here, man.
Be vigilant, man. You gotta pay attention.
Be safe out here, man. Y'all gotta really pay attention.
But it seems the Senate is like, nah, we're not going for that.
And I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that because I don't trust them enough to make the right decision.
Nah,
and that's what.
And
that's the case that I have.
I think if any laws that come about, you got to be specific.
That's what I'm saying. They got to cover all. You got to cover
be
every
specific.
Base.
In this instance, we get to do this.
Yeah.
Period.
But even with that, that's gonna be so many. That's gonna be so many lines of like, because if you say we need to cover all bases, it's hard to cover a bill or pass a bill and cover every base, especially when it comes from like a shady person or shady branch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you gotta say in this instant, in this instant, in this instant, in this instant.
I'm fine with it. Do the work. Do the work.
That's what we pay you for.
Yeah, that's what we pay you for. Do the work. And I'm fine with it being in vague in some areas. Like if you say, yo, we need to allocate this much money in this kind of crisis, we can discuss how much that money is, like how much you take, and then the next time they come around. But if like the powers you asking right now to just deny people based off if you suspect them having something, that's too vague. That's too much power. But if you saying at least we can say if these people have tested positive, so they can't get in.
So what you saying in areas of vagueness? When it's talking about giving to the people, it's okay to be vague to a certain degree. But when it's talking about taking from the people, you got to be more specific.
That wasn't, but I'm fine with that.
Right.
I'm also fine with that.
Right.
I am also because once you start taking away rights, you need to be like, yo, this is the clear line that you can't pass. Because if you vague like that, then they can just come into your house at some point and just take all your stuff. But if you say like
this is the only time that this can happen or should happen, it eliminates any other
like, well, you didn't say we couldn't do it.
Well,
you know, like how kids do when they mess up. Well, you didn't say we could.
You said nothing like that.
But you knew.
But you knew. This is why you have that tone with me right now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I get it, man. But it stems from a lack of trust in the government. Rightfully so, though.
Yeah. So, moving on, the stimulus bill that kind of got passed, well, they reached an agreement on some stuff, but it's still some other stuff they need to work out. Originally, it was denied by the Democrats, which, Republicans latched on. Well, we trying to help the people.
I don't like when they do that, bro. Democrats do that shit too, man.
Yeah, man.
They be trying to say, well, they denied it. But why did they deny it?
Yeah. That's always the most important part.
Yeah, what happened? What was y'all doing for them to say no to that shit?
But I think this time they had a good point.
Democrats had a good point.
100. I couldn't find documents, anything that specifically said what they were trying to do. But I did see like an article from Vox, and I saw that video show of Bernie going in on them on the Senate floor.
Did you see the one I told you about it was how trying to give people $600 and then give people that made more like $1,200?
See, no, I couldn't find. What I found was that originally the original deal was trying to give people that made below 75,000 a one-time payment of 600, and the closer you got to 75, the more of the 1,200 you would get.
Yeah, that's what.
And that was going to be like a one-time thing, but then Democrats like, you're bugging.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
yeah, that's not. That's nothing. And not only are we going to do that, but we need to do that weekly. We need to try to, because we not working. I'm not working. I had to file for unemployment.
One of my incomes got dropped like that, fam.
So.
It dropped my whole, like, we had to cancel like all my other clients, man. For the notice.
Can you get unemployed with that? If one of your you need to check on that.
Nah, cause I'm a contractor.
Oh.
It's more of a contract thing. So
I think I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'll check into it.
Yeah, you make sure you do that.
I still got, the other, so I'm straight.
Oh, yeah, you good.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
You good, man.
But how the stimulus package acts, when we get into it, I might want it that.
Hey, bro. Cause I'm content right now. I'm content. Shout out to COVID-19. Is it 19?
19.
It's 19. So the Democrats blocked the bill, rightfully so. Because I think originally the original bill favored corporations more so than like people, that's where my problem comes with. Because even though, like I said before, even though we disagree, the reasons why we disagree is what I have problems with on each side. Because even if they're not really about this, Democrats mask themselves as people who care about like equality and social programs and stuff and helping each other. And Republicans, to me, come off as people who are very pull yourself up by your bootstraps. We protect big companies, and they don't support like social programs that help people when they're low. That's my issue when it comes to politics and how they choose to help people. And like that first draft of the bill kind of said that to me, that you were only going to give people who were losing their jobs and health benefits one-time payment of $600. The people who need it the most, you giving them the least.
Yeah, man. When I seen that, I was like, man, they bullshit.
So I don't see how you ride for a side like that who clearly is just not for you.
Because they already on that side, dog. I told you that. People don't see like right and wrong. They see a side.
But you will pay attention to, the Democrats are trying to stop me from getting money.
You said they pay attention?
Okay.
You
know what I'm saying? They'll pay attention to the Democrats.
To the surface.
Yeah, all they saw was they denied the money that we were supposed to receive. They are really the bad person.
You talk about the American people?
Who, like, if you on the Republican side.
Yes, that was sarcasm I just gave you. That was sarcasm.
Okay.
Yeah. You talk about the American people.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, when it comes down to American people, not especially, because like both sides got their pros and cons. In my opinion,
Yeah.
they buy equal to me. You know what I'm saying? But what
Yeah,
side
both of them.
they buy equal. The side I dislike the most is, of course, the Republicans, because well, I ain't gonna say it doesn't matter, but Republicans have a way to know how they people think. Democrats really don't. They don't have a way.
That's
because
we all over the place.
Yeah, we all over the place.
We all trying to be.
So the Republicans, they know all you got to tell the people that support Republicans is like a bold statement. It's their fault. They denied it. Nobody looking up why. It doesn't even matter. Yeah. Nobody's saying why.
But the reason why is it trying to help you.
Yeah.
Because corporate welfare is okay, but when the actual people need it.
And that's what I like about when they tried to hide it, when they had they were trying to say that they were trying to do it for small businesses. Like my man Ted, he was making an argument about, what I'm saying, it was the Democrats' fault because we were trying to do this for, what about the small business got 12 employees, they trying to fire and this, that, and the third. They was like, well, why don't you throw that in there too then?
Yeah, like that's not a problem.
That's not a problem. Throw that in there too, but also add this in there too.
When it comes down to it, Republicans seem to, they like invest in that trickle-down economic theory. If we help people at the top, it'll reach the problem.
They embody capitalism.
They love it.
That's what it comes down to. They embody that like wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Like the people with the most, we keep giving them the most, and then it, like you say, it'll trickle down to the ones.
But the problem is, and the reason why we keep seeing it is that like wages have remained stagnant because they had to be bailed out the last time.
America has. When America,
like nothing changed after bailing them out, and then we're gonna bail them out again. Like at what point do we hold them to a certain standard? Like if you want to keep receiving like these benefits and these loans and these tax breaks, but you don't give nobody else. You not everybody. You keep giving like them breaks, but the American people, like you don't expect to give them a break.
Yeah,
you don't give us a break
because they think we run off those big corporations, and also you also remember that some of those people are backed by them. But America, from my knowledge and from history I learned, has never really did well when the people at the top has the most money. Yeah, we have thrived.
And the reason why they keep making so much money because they keep cutting corners.
Yeah,
which means less pay, more hours. And America, we always take the brunt of whatever change is going on.
America has always thrived when the middle class was strong. Simple as that. When the middle class was strong, everything else was good money. And that's what we fail to realize. That's why we done got us so far away from that shit. That's why we like, it's a book I think we both should read. It's called The Rise and Fall of Great Powers or something like that. Mm-hmm. Great book. And it shows you how people at top like Rome and all these other places are falling and how the U.S. is going to fall. It from what I read, it pretty much said how we're gonna go down.
Bro, if corporations in America had been about helping the American people,
the average American,
before this crisis even hit, we wouldn't even need all this help.
No,
if we were making, decent wages and could save money and all this stuff, we wouldn't be in a crisis like this.
Average American don't even have $500 saved.
We're not built for this. We're not built for this, man.
You trying to give me 600?
600. Basically, Democrats like whatever programs you have set up right now, we need more money for it. That's basically what they were saying when it comes to giving, except for like large corporations, because I think it was going to give them $500 billion to bail out a lot of companies, and then we're going to allocate a little bit for smaller businesses. Basically, they say whatever you have in mind. We're going to need you to increase it. And we're going to need to do it more often. So instead of giving a one-time payment of $600, now for people like myself who have to collect unemployment to subsidize their regular income and now their health benefits, you're going to get $600 on top of whatever unemployment you will get now. And you're going to get that every week until like the end of July, I think. And then everybody's going to get a $1,200 stimulus check up to like $75,000. And from $75,000 to like 99, yeah, from like 99,000, it'll be like a gradation of that. So you'll get less and less until you get to 99,000 and you won't get anything. which I don't think you need if you making $100,000 a year. But you know, I don't.
I wouldn't say that. I'm not in that bracket, so
I don't know.
Hopefully, you're not living above your means.
So basically, it's like I just don't understand why I can't say I don't understand, but I get why you choose what side you're on depending on, you know. I don't understand how you can see something like that and be like, yeah, I ride for that side.
Because you're not looking at it like that, bro. It's like you looking at it in the way of like I told you earlier. It's like I'm on the side and this side's right. So like you know how I argue sometimes. Sometimes I just like to play devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
It don't take much for me to make a good case for my side.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm wrong, it don't take much for me to advocate for my side. And that's what those people do, but they don't have no repercussions. Between me and you, the repercussion is I have to admit to you at some point in time that you know what, Darius, you was right.
Yeah.
I have to give that up. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to say that ever. They don't have to advocate. Even when you prove wrong, even when you show them facts. I don't have to advocate for that.
It's fake, bro.
Yeah, they did it, but it had to be a reason because that's why they fight for it. Well, here's the truth. That's not the truth. That's fake news. Fake. Alternate news. Or whatever they want to say, bro. They can say any of that shit and get away with it. They don't need...
All they need to do is to distract you enough to get out of the building.
Bro, they bathed in the bullshit that we try to uncouple. They bathed in it. They okay with it. So that's why when it comes down to stuff like this, I understand, man. You understand too.
I don't understand... I understand what they do. I understand how they operate to a certain degree. I just don't understand how you can just fall for it.
Fall for it or accept it? Because those are two different things.
Believe in it.
Believe in it. I think a lot of people believe in it, like when it comes down to Trump and shit like that.
Like you had my man so in his own bubble that when Jordan Klepper asked him, why do you think Obama wasn't in the White House during 9/11?
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know. We need to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
When you have somebody who's so ingrained, and I know he's like an extreme case,
yeah, but
it's not too far off from that person.
I seen that video
on both sides of people just being extreme, and you know, people so involved in they you know, social justice and pursuit of the truth that they just in their own bubble and they forget that, you know, there's a bigger picture and working dynamics on both sides that need to be considered.
But if you think about it, that's too much work. That's the problem. You ask people to actually work or to actually think. You feel what I'm saying? Like that same guy that interviewed that dude, right? I'm gonna see you the video. It's like a 5, 6, 7 minute video of him just asking.
Yeah, I seen it. Seen all of them.
Oh, that's hilarious. And they mean it wholeheartedly, bro. Like they out there wholeheartedly, bro. How you feel about the blacks? Oh, there's plenty of black people that vote for Trump. They always like, yeah, where they at? Where they at, fam? Well,
like
they come. Yeah, nobody's coming. What about my man? He said something about, you know.
Oh, they did find one. She said, oh, he won. And then he rolled up.
He wasn't even black though. He was like tan.
he was like, I don't like it.
No, I just passing through. You know what I'm saying? No, bro. Oh, he ain't one.
Yeah.
Oh, like it's plenty of those people, like you say, on both sides. Now, I ain't trying to just rip on Republicans because they
trash people on both sides.
But Democrats are trash too. So
for every Tommy Lauren, you have a Umar Johnson.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
It'll be a balance, and it's not even necessarily like that. Like Umar Johnson. Like he may seem like an opportunist, but I think at least he's trying to help his sector.
No, I think he's trying to help now.
Yeah.
But when you look at Republicans, I think they're trying to help to a degree too.
I think the problem is we just all have our own idea
of truth
and like what's going to actually help.
Yeah.
But another thing is like the whole bailout is gonna be like $2 trillion. And I was like, can we just admit that like money is imaginary? It's really not a problem. If they wanted to give us $1 million apiece, they could. It just doesn't matter because they always pulling these numbers out of nowhere.
I don't know. Cause I used to look up into like, you know, the account type stuff.
Yeah.
Like they look up. And then like sometimes it'd be like 4 trillion go missing. Like somebody miscounted like 4 trillion or 2.5 trillion. But then they be like, well, this over here needs $2 trillion, and somehow they'll have it.
Yeah.
It'd be like shit like that. Like it'd be like, okay, well, you lost $4 trillion over here in whatever corporation mess that happened over here that you let go down that you didn't want to pay for. But this one over here you let come up after $4 million that you happen to misplace,
having to overlook.
Yeah. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know about these numbers. Like these numbers seem
these
extreme.
Numbers just always seem to come out.
But for you to say you missed out on billions or like, where it went?
Yeah, I just assume. Because to be honest, once you get into like $1 trillion, once you get to $1 billion, like there's no building that's just got $1 billion or $50 trillion in it. It's just that's digital. And when you reach the number of trillion, it's digital. You just shifted the money around on the computer.
I feel you.
You can literally just go in there and type, well, how much we need? They can be in office. Let's just say $2 trillion. Let's just say $2 trillion.
I don't know enough.
Let's just say $2 trillion.
I don't know enough to say that, man. I don't know.
I've seen
from the outside looking in, that's what it seems like.
Yeah, man. It's just because we only value money because we say it matters.
Yeah.
And it's really not backed by anything. Even if you say it's backed by gold, like who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares, bro?
That's why the world is ran by ideas, and the sheep that follow in behind it. That's it. That's why Republicans get away with what they want because they know the only idea you need is a headline. You need a strong headline, and those little words at the bottom that describe what's going on. You're not gonna read.
And then you roll with it.
You know what I'm upset about? All this time I watch people like, your older people read newspapers and shit, and they to this day don't understand shit. I'm like, what was y'all reading?
Yeah. They just reading the comics.
You would think like when you was reading like newspapers stuff, you have a clear understanding of how the economy works or how stuff moves back and forth. They're reading the
local news, which has a local understanding of a larger picture.
Even people my age and below, it's just like y'all say y'all read or listen or pay attention. Y'all don't pay attention to shit.
But we pay attention to what we want to pay attention to.
And even then, we don't even do that. That's how we end up down rabbit holes of shit we don't need to
always, here's advice, man. You see an article and you passionate enough to retweet it or share it, research it first.
Read it first.
And if you read it, check the sources, check the date, research if they knows what they're talking about, and then if you feel the same way about it and your thoughts are the same, then you share it. But we'll see a headline like, oh, that's messed up, let me share this.
Yeah.
And then add our little 2 cents. Research it, then reshare it. So that's my 2 cents for the day.
I ain't got no 2 cents, man. Y'all just
can't afford to give out 2 cents. I might need to take that back.
No, you don't. You good money right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sitting.
That stimulus gonna hit hard for you, bro. I'm good.
It's gonna hit hard for a lot of people. Because at first I was like, why they giving $600 on top of it? But then I started thinking about it. A lot of people who lost their job lost their health benefits, and that shit is not cheap. So most of that is going right back to whatever.
Because I misunderstood when you told me, and then I seen it come up, or I was listening to something, or I was reading something, and it said you get $600 on top of your unemployment.
Yeah, because I thought it was just gonna be like
just $600 instead of
or like to help you reach what you would normally make.
Yeah.
So if I usually make like $700, and then just give you whatever percentage of that $600 you need to get
up there.
But it was like, nah, we just gonna put it on top of that. I was like, I ain't seen money like that since we worked at Amazon. Speaking of Amazon, I saw Jeff Bezos trying to ask for donation to help pay for like workers' wages. like you don't have a bit like billions of dollars. That's what we talk about, man.
Oh man, he be tripping. Man. Don't forget his wife took half down.
Oh, half of 60 billion?
Half.
You still got 30 billion though.
Listen, I ain't never been in the business.
I don't care, man.
You know what I'm saying?
All these other millionaires and CEOs giving up their wages to make sure their employees are taken care of. And you got billions and you can't just, here's $1 billion, take care of it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he should be able to.
I want to know.
I think that's a lot of money. That's a lot of Amazon workers, deliverers, people that's in the warehouse and all that stuff. And I got to give you, that's more than a bill.
No, I don't think so.
It's gonna be more than the bill.
I don't think it's gonna be more than the bill.
It's gonna be more than the bill.
I'm not even sure if
for
it's
monthly. That mean, or for like a weekly or monthly payment.
I don't think so. I think he can afford it either way.
Serious? Like if we let's do the math a little bit right now. You say.
Just look. Just see if you can find
how many
average.
It made like 15. He bought them up to 15, right?
I'm talking about the average cost to run Amazon or something like that.
I'm looking at how many. Okay,
they got 70. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
But
750,000
of varying salaries. So
that's anything you got. That means you got $15 and up.
An hour to part-time, full-time.
Manager, supervisor.
A Billy? I think a Billy.
Nah, Billy ain't enough, dog.
I think a Billy can do it.
I don't think a Billy. Let's do. What times 15? Boom. That's 11 mil right there.
That's nothing.
That's 11 mil right there. Let's do how many times? How much is that an hour? Say 15. Or let's say people working 40.
Yeah.
So you're making 600. That's 1 week, and that's if everybody make 15. That's if everybody making 15.
Oh, he ain't got it. Oh, he ain't got it, bro. Y'all make sure y'all donate, bro. He doesn't have it, bro. Nobody has that kind of money, bro.
Till July?
Nobody has that, bro.
That ain't the part of the benefits.
Nobody has that, bro.
That ain't part of the benefits that they pay for.
Y'all make sure y'all help. Go donate to Amazon workers.
Numbers look crazy right now.
If any of that math is right,
he ain't got it.
He does not have it, bro. I was wrong.
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's four.
That's a billion. That's 1.8.
That's 1 month. That's 1 month.
Nobody has that kind of money. I apologize. Apologize for demeaning that man's character like that. Even so, man, who you think is above Jeff Bezos?
Nobody. Talking about money?
That'd be scary. If there's somebody pulling the strings behind Bezos.
Oh, you talking about pulling the strings or just having more money than them?
No, pulling the strings.
Oh, that's probably anybody.
Because if you got somebody like the Koch brothers and you got somebody like Jeff Bezos and then you got the people behind them.
You got like the Rothschilds and
yeah.
stuff like that. Ooh.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous territory right there. That's all I got this week. Make sure y'all donate, man. Make sure y'all do something, man. Help somebody out.
They need your help.
They need you. Anything else you want to add?
I ain't got nothing else. It's a philosophy question.
And we'll have links at the bottom of the description because we want to see a lot of the benefits that Democrats are fighting for. They want more money for hospitals. They want to try to work in stuff like pollution. And one of the things I like is they like saying, okay, we're going to bail these companies out. Then they're going to have to make improvements in terms of wages, and carbon emissions. They got to do all that. So, and we'll have a link in the description of all the stuff they, looking for. And I guess we'll find out later, what they, actually work out. But if you ain't got anything else to say, but we can wrap it up.
Do the top philosophy question.
Oh, I was going to make another video.
Oh, yeah, we got money down. Mind the gap.
All right, mind the gap. Take care of yourself. Stay indoors.
Facts.
Yeah.